Hey everyone. Decided to do something different for my segment. This is things I love, so I'm gonna go on something different because I already did mine yesterday. This time I'm gonna be talking about a game I love. It's from as you can tell, a character I love, Ultimate Spider-Man. Now this is the Xbox version. Kind of the crazy thing about this game was that I rented it. I think I had it, if I remember correctly. I think I rented it for my PS2 or something, and obviously I had a blast. I was like, I'm a huge Spider-Man fan, as you can't tell. Like, I can even prove it even further. I'm gonna look like a dork, but yeah. I'm so corny, I swear. But anyway, Ultimate Spider-Man, yeah, it was a game based off the Ultimate series of Spider-Man comics. Uh, for those of you who don't know, Ultimate is like another universe in the Marvel, catalog or whatever, universe. It's like another parallel universe to them. But yeah, it's a very impressive game. It really was. It was very impressive for the time. It really is. It was really cool because for those of you who don't know or haven't played this game, you actually get to switch between two characters, which is Spider-Man and Venom. Yes, you get to play Venom in this game, and it's awesome. But anyway, the mechanics are different. You got Spider-Man, he can swing and stuff like that, but Eddie Brock, he can climb buildings and zip line, and then when he gets low on health, he eats somebody and then eats their life energy and he gets more. It's and it switches in between them, so you gotta be ready for the change of mechanics. It's it's a pretty dope game. I got this for an old Xbox. I ended up getting recently for free or something like that. Ended up this tray got jammed and I had to work on it a little bit, but I haven't got around to it yet. So I might work on it soon, but you never know. But this is it's a really good game. Also, before you say anything, yes, I got the new one. All right, now I haven't put much time into this game because I haven't really done I haven't really been involved in comics lately. I must have been involved with like vinyl, like music and stuff like that. But I gotta say, this was worth all the reviews. I mean, it really is. It's a really great game. It's basically like Arkham in Spider-Man form. Basically, that's all it is. That's all I can tell you. But it's really cool too. There's so many different moves you can do. Basically, you can do anything Spider-Man can in this game, and that's amazing. The only downside I could say to it so far, as I've been playing it, is that I kind of wanted the swinging to be on both triggers, like one for left hand, one for right hand, because I don't know, it kind of makes your little swinging and stuff like that a little bit more creative. I can't remember which one did that. I think it was it Spider-Man 2. I think it may have been, or it could have been that one where the symbiotes take over. I think. What was that one? Or the Shadows, something like that. That was a great game if that's the right title. But that's a great game, pretty good. But yeah, I kind of like that kind of swinging, but this one doesn't really have that. But other than that, so far it's pretty damn good. I have to say, I'm stoked to finally sit down and actually roll through it. Actually finally get around to it. Finally get around to it, and just craziness. Excuse me. Hang on a second. Okay, I'm at 4 minutes. Okay. Uh, well, that's a well. I gotta say, I don't have much Spider-Man stuff anymore. Another. But I remember. I don't really have a copy, but my favorite Spider-Man games of all time was the PlayStation ones. The PlayStation One. Spider-Man. So the Spider-Man title, and then title Spider-Man, and then Enter Electro. Those were my jam. Like straight up, those were my jam. I love those games. Uh, they're basically like they're very primitive compared to what we got now. I mean, like this, But kids would look at it as like, what the fuck is this crap, But back then, that was like awesome, because you go, oh, I'm swinging here like Spider-Man, and Spider-Man. I don't know if you guys know this, but Spider-Man, he didn't do much. He kind of went like, just repeat the same animation over and over again. But to us kids, the Spider-Man fans, it was like, oh, yeah. But now it's like, it looks a little corny now because like it doesn't even attach to anything. Like you can just swing anywhere you want. Whereas like here, it's like more realistic, which is kind of a cool thing about this game. I forgot to mention is that swinging is realistic, where like you have to connect to a building. You have to have a building to connect to with your webs. But anyway, that side. Yeah, um, those are some good games. If you have an old PlayStation One or are looking into some older games for, I would recommend those two definitely. Spider-Man and Spider-Man Enter Electro. Uh, you know, uh, great games. Incredible games. Right down to the fourth time. Let's just say that fourth time they were good games. More Spider-Man game memories. Shoot. I know I played the movie once. I played all three of the movie ones at least once. The first movie one I was really big into because I was obsessed with Spider-Man at that time. I'm still obsessed, but this one I was really getting obsessed with him, and my uncle was the only one that had a PS2, so I would go up there and hang out with him and be able to play the game I rented, and it was just really, really cool. It wasn't that great. The game wasn't that great, but the memory's kind of cool because actually I got to see the first Spider-Man movie when it first came out. When it first came out, I got to see the first Spider-Man movie. As a kid, I was just like, man, this is great. This is great. But anyway, and then this is like I got the game in thinking it was like, oh, it's gonna be great, and it was like, oh, it's just like PlayStation Spider-Man, like the old PlayStation Spider-Man, and I was like, so that was kind of cool, but the rest of it was kind of lame. I'm not gonna lie. I mean, some of the enemy choices were cool. Like I liked that they introduced Vulture and Shocker and things like that, but looking back on it, man, that's just what was I thinking? But Spider-Man 2 was pretty damn good, I must say. Pretty damn good. I remember I bought the hell out of that one day and played the hell out of it. Because it was the first Spider-Man game where they actually like animated him. Like they actually made swinging a little bit better. Like they made it enormously better. And the 3 came along and fricked all that shit up, I must say. I'm sorry, but that game was bad. Like, if you want to see how bad that game is, check out Two Best Friends Play Spider-Man games. It's the last game they play, Spider-Man 3, and you can really tell that they were not having a good day with that one. I know like Machinima took all their videos down, but if you search it, I think people re-uploaded it. So, but yeah, like that was. I played it. I beat it all the way. I beat it, and it's just. I don't know why I spent so much time in that game. I don't know why, but it was whatever. Another Spider-Man game. And then Spider-Man game before those, probably before 2 was probably Ultimate Spider-Man. And of course, I had fun time with it. Very, very cool stuff. I got to watch the Amazing Spider-Man movie in theaters for the first day. I think it was airing in my city. It was pretty good too. I don't know why a lot of people didn't like him, like Andrew Garfield's Spider-Man, but the way the story was told and everything, it was it kind of hit home for me. You know what I mean? Like hit home because around that time my grandmother died. It's a very sad story. She had COPD and other things really bad. She couldn't even get up to go to the bathroom anymore because she would run out of breath, felt like she was going to suffocate. So she's bedridden at this point and everything. So eventually she had to go, and then, but I was like really, really sad. I really was. I was like really heartbroken. You know what I mean? But it's just like. I don't know, just something about that movie, the way the story was told, the way Peter, mistakenly got Uncle Ben killed because of the argument, and then, a spoiler by the way, I'm sorry, but yeah, Uncle Ben died, and that's a spoiler. Yeah. But anyway, he gets, Uncle Ben always gets killed, that's just how he is. But anyway, but he eventually just deals with the anger as he goes on, eventually lets it go. And then, at the end of it, he hears the phone message they left him, and it's like this big inspirational message. Basically doing the whole spiel, like, with great power comes great responsibility and things like that. But, I don't know, it just hit home for me. It really did. It was acted very well. I thought Andrew Garfield wasn't that bad. I mean, he was like a skater punk than a nerd, but that was okay. I'm a metalhead and I like astronomy and stuff like that. So anyway, but yeah, I think that's about it for tonight. I hope I don't look like a total jackass, but just want to say, keep fighting for what you love and what you believe in, because it's a part of you, and it's a memory, and it's a passion. Everything is a way to express yourself, and that's why I do this series now. Is because I like talking about things I love. That's just how I am, and how I always will be. Like, to anybody who listen, I'm a huge fan of a lot of things, and I hope to do this series with that sort of justice to me. And anyway, good night, everybody, and stay safe out there. And essential workers, all of you guys are lifesavers. Keep trucking and stay safe too. Good night.